right, here we are. I have here in the Music Pub, I have one of my favorite up-and-coming artists here, Noble. Thank you for coming by.
Of course.
Absolutely. I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. Okay. First one is, how does this album, this new album that you're about to release, how does this fit into your discography?
I feel like after I made my last album, it was when I was going through a period of a lot of growth in my life, and this is almost like the sequel or like the aftermath to it. I feel like the last song on that album called Eyes Open, which is still like probably my favorite song I've ever written. This song, the first one on this one, kind of starts off as like an evolved version of that, and it turns more into just, I don't know, it's just a more evolved and fleshed out version of that growth that I was going through when I wrote that.
All right. Yeah, I like that track. That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
So another question I have is, what are some of your favorite tracks, your favorite songs on this project?
That's a good question. I really like a lot of the songs with the features, but I think What's Up, the one I did the music video for, that one's one of my favorites. Yeah. I think New Noble, the first one, I really like that one a lot. And I think Showed Me Life, the final one. I always like the first and last track. I always make sure that those ones are good. But I think other than that, I really like No Blizzy, Feel More, a couple of those ones, Shadow. I really love a lot of the ones on here. And I feel like this is the most solid album I've made, because usually when I do them, I order them from like the best to the worst, and I feel like this is finally an album where I feel like the quality doesn't get worse as it goes on, and I've really kind of found my step with that.
Yeah, I had a chance to check out the video you dropped earlier this week. What's Up?
Yeah,
great track, man. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So next question that I have is, who are some of the features on this album?
Okay, so we're back with back in January, I released an album with one of my friends named Luna Blue, and we made like a 3-track EP on there. I think I'm gonna have her on 2 of those or so, and I think other than that, I just got a bunch of my friends. I actually had everything ready to go on April 16th, but I decided I just want to get a bunch of people on this. And I got one of my friends named Janu, a couple other people or something. I don't know. I'd have to check the track list and everything, because originally I was going to get about 9 features or so, but I think just because it was so short notice, I got about 5 or so, but it's going to be cool.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. That sounds great. So next one, if you don't mind, what are some of the inspirations for some of the songs on this project?
The first track on this album, called New Noble, that was probably like the craziest experience I've had writing a song, because I was driving on the highway when all of a sudden I just got like the inspiration for this, and I just had the first couple lines pop into my head, and I actually hit my hazard lights and pulled over on the shoulder to write the rest of it. And I was sitting there for
careful. Good job.
Yeah,
Good
job. And I was just right there for 20 minutes writing this song, and it was really just about like how much I'd grown and how much I don't even think about like the old person I used to be anymore. And it was really just like letting this out, like clearing up everything in the past just to kind of start fresh with this new slate. And that part was really cool. I think a lot of these songs are just dedicated to people in my life, because what New Serene, the album I released last year, it was kind of just like finding those people and really starting to feel accepted. And now this is kind of like dedicated to that love and everything that I feel, because I used to make music out of rejection, because I felt like I couldn't express myself in real life, and I wanted to show people who I was through the music. Yeah. But now that I've found these people who love me, that last song I made, I talked about earlier, Eyes Open, that was the first one that I ever made out of love instead of out of rejection. And one of the original names I have for this album was Love Music, because I've made every track in this out of love instead of rejection like it used to be, and it's really shifted the way that I make and produce stuff now.
Yeah, so you're kind of giving some love back to the inspiration that you have. So that's a great thing to do, man.
Yeah,
excellent. I have one more question for you.
Okay.
It's the important one, man. When's this being released? When's the release date?
Coming out May 7th, all platforms, everything. And that's what we got. Coverage right up there. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited, and we're going to get a bunch of people. I'm going to perform at a concert on the 9th or something, maybe do a couple songs from here. We'll see.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. It was great to see you again, and I look forward to not only this release, but future ones as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for having me.